Hello, I'm Ryan F9, and for the past decade I've been giving 3 pieces of advice on riding with a passenger. Then I went around the world with this guy and realized they're all a little bit dumb. Sorry about that. My first idiotic piece of advice is to tell the rider or the passenger never get on or off until I say. The idea being that I will plant both feet firmly and prepare to balance an outboard 200 pounds, only then giving the all clear to disembark. Woo! And indeed, that is the trickiest part about riding pillion. Most 2-up tip-overs happen in the parking lot for that reason. But it's also entirely unnecessary. See, motorcycles have this unknown hidden little safety feature called a kickstand. And if you just leave that down, then you don't have to balance anything. Watch, this is going to be extremely undramatic. Wow. Okay. Good to go back off if you like. Now, I grant you that is a little bit triggering for KTM riders because their kickstands are made from the crusts of apfel strudel. But you can always take most of the weight on that leg anyway. Having the kickstand down will still prevent those really wobbly weight swings that are so hard to balance. My second unwise piece of wisdom was to tell the passenger, lean as I lean. And that's also physically flawed. You see, a very good motorcyclist will always get into the body position before the corner. And the reason for that, which you just saw, is that when you move your body, see it upset the suspension? You don't want your suspension upset when the bike is being tested at its maximum lean angle. And that's why, most common corner mistake here, you're supposed to get your body in position before the corner. People don't really do that, but passengers especially don't. They'll usually realize what they're supposed to do once the bike has already turned and go, crap, I'm supposed to be over here, woo! And then they've upset your suspension precisely when you don't want them to. The other reason I don't like lean as I lean is because this is what the free body diagram looks like for a cornering motorcycle. You can see that the rider leaning off, their weight, mg, needs to balance the tires' cornering force of friction, FFR. The balance between those two forces is what keeps the motorcycle from falling into the corner or flying out of it. So, if you double your mg by leaning off with your pillion, then you're going to need more cornering force of friction to keep the balance. And that's going to mean either running a tighter line to put more friction on the tires, or adding throttle and running a faster corner to keep everything in check. So lean as I lean will usually have motorcyclists cornering either tighter or faster than they're used to, and neither of those things are a good thing. Just because there are 2 people on the bike does not mean you want 2 people leaning off. It'll feel exactly the way it normally feels with just one of you doing that. And for that reason, I just tell riders to stay above the bike, stay in the axis of the bike, stay upright basically. And that ensures that you end up with a 200-pound sissy bar rather than a 200-pound backpack, which is much more natural to deal with. Like this. Whee! Feels totally normal. Now, my final mistake was to tell riders to hold on to my waist. And I did that because I thought, well, this should be more secure. And we've grown as a society where we're not just going to giggle about gay things every time we ride pillion. But then A24 released the major motion picture Pillion, which can be synopsed as Dudley Dursley in a motorcycling 50 Shades of Gay comedy. So yeah, it's still a little bit hard to convince a lot of guys to body hold well. And if your masculinity is so fragile that you have to hold it with light little hands at an arm's distance like this, you're only going to fall off the motorcycle and then really grab onto the rider and convey all that body English to the handlebars, which is less than ideal. So what I do instead is tell riders to just use the grab handles. That's what they're there for. And if you use the grab handles with one arm on each, that forces your body to stay in line with the motorcycle, which we now know is better. The other reason that I prefer it is that when I brake, which by the way, I'm gonna do with the rear brake because there's so much weight over the rear tire in this situation, and the rear brake doesn't cause those front end nosedives, that would clank our helmets together and are really annoying. So when I'm braking with the rear, if the passenger is holding onto those grab handles, that lets them convey their body's momentum onto the bike rather than entirely onto my nutsack, and that is better too. But there's a third reason why using the grab handles is a good thing, and it's probably the biggest reason. It lets you space out your body a little bit more from the rider in front of you, which means that you don't have to have your head sitting on one side or the other of the motorcyclist's head. And that enables something rather important, which is that I can shoulder check on this side and actually see what's behind me if there's not a huge helmet right there. So those are the three opinions that I've entirely reversed. Get on when the kickstand is down, not just simply when I say I'm strong enough and ready to do it. Don't lean as I lean, stay in line with the bike, and use the grab handles rather than holding on to my body. Otherwise, riding with a pillion is really no big deal. You should get out there and start sharing your rides. It turns out that a couple 100 pounds moving a few inches on the back of your bike doesn't really affect the collective 1,000-pound motorcycle and riders going a few 100 kilometers an hour down the road. As a rider, I barely feel what Edwin's doing back there, and it certainly doesn't make the ride any less enjoyable, which we found out when we went around the world 2-up trying to break the circumnavigation speed record and film a movie while we were doing it. Edwin's gonna be pissed at me for talking while I'm inside this tunnel because you probably can't see me in here. And that's why the movie, I think, turned out so well, is having a real super high quality filmmaker on board the entire time is the only way to get a really polished but really real documentary about a motorcycle race. I think it could be the best motorcycling feature-length film in the last 20 or 30 years. Now, you can be the judge of that. Ours has less underwear scenes than A24's, but there's a whole lot more riding. Anyway, I'll put links below. If you're near Vancouver on the 22nd, you could come to the premiere at the iconic Rio Theater, and on the 27th, you can watch the film. And pre-orders are open right now. This isn't some like pay a few bucks and we'll squeeze it out of you every month until the end of time kind of rental garbage. Just buy the movie, it's $9.99, you'll download it and own it forever, and hopefully enjoy it very much. I'll put a link down below.
How about a mirage of an infected site of injection?
Gangrene dream?
Contusion illusion.
That's good.
It's gonna be your life for 20 days.
We're not sleeping tonight.
How do you ride if you don't know if what your brain is seeing actually exists?
Do not rush me right now, Edwin. We're just burning 4K, that's it. Fuck.
Like, we've ripped by stories that would take days to tell. We've flown past cultures that would take years to understand. What good is such an arbitrary mark to leave on the world if none of us are actually around to share?
I'm sorry you can't come with us.
We hit the ground running. We learned that motorcycles can't go on a lot of the main roads, so we're improvising.
Stop.
جاهز يا ستيد؟
يلا حبيبي.